This podcast is not rated. Listener discretion advised.
Mission 250.
Welcome to the Mission 250 Filmcast, where we are watching the best movies ever made, according to IMDb. This is the 100th episode, so we haven't quite broken into the 100 yet, I don't think. I think that's a technicality, but hey,
Yeah.
pretty freaking close.
I thought we already
can
had our
count.
celebration. Yeah.
We know how to count.
Yes, we do.
Kind of.
I'm one of your hosts, Senny, and these guys are.
I am John.
And TC.
And this week, we are watching, like I said, number 100, which is the 1960 movie The Apartment, directed by Billy Wilder. The synopsis is, a man tries... I can't.
Wow.
Can't speak.
A man tries to rise in his company by letting his
100
excuse...
episodes. You'd think you'd get it down by now.
But you'd be wrong.
Wow, John.
Yeah. Oh, wait, not even 100 episodes. We're 100. This means we've already
This is
done
151 plus the bonus episodes, plus the two movies we
So-
split into two
Yeah.
parts.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah, wow.
Well,
I
some
can't
people,
read.
no amount of practice will make them better.
Sometimes reading is hard. I had my microphone.
Well,
in
yeah, right.
I'm going to give an
Yeah.
excuse. My microphone's in a bad spot. It's blocking my computer screen. That's why I couldn't read the sentence completely.
Wow.
Is that viable?
wow.
Do you buy it?
The microphone's in a spot that he chose, and
Yes.
yet it's in a bad spot.
Yeah.
How about you fix that?
I just
Being
did.
on a
You ready
boom,
for this?
Prior
Did it
to,
sneak up on you? What?
Wait, now he's going to nail it.
I've read it like 5 times just because I'm so nervous. A man tries to rise in his
leg,
company
Eddie.
by letting his
Break a
executives
leg.
use his apartment for trysts, but complications and a romance of his own ensue. And TC.
Well,
good.
yeah, so it gives away the whole plot there.
It is
Kinda does.
my turn
It is.
to
Go,
go
TC.
first.
There you
Ladies
go.
and gentlemen. Yeah, so this is a good movie. I'm just going to throw that out there.
It's old, man. Holy crap. TC
It's
likes an old black and white movie.
I liked it. I fucking liked it. I don't know what to say. I was kind of surprised, to be honest, because
I'm surprised.
when you look at the movie cover, when you look, the box art, and you look at you read the synopsis, you're like, I don't know about this one. But
that's true.
acting's really good. I think. I mean, it's a little over the top sometimes, but it's good.
Mostly from Jack Lemmon, probably, right?
Right. Yep. But he grows on you throughout this one. So I don't know. At first, you're kind of like, Jesus Christ, what are you doing, dude? But that first opening bit there where he's just like sick or whatever, right? He's come down with the flu because he can't go home.
Right.
He's a little over the top, but I end up liking him, as we go, and he's just he's a good-hearted character. The whole idea kind of rings true for what would happen nowadays if this shit happened, right?
Would this ever happen? It seems a little
Well, no,
unsanitary.
I meant the way that interactions between people would occur, right?
Yeah. And to those who don't know what this
it-
plot is, this dude lets his coworkers fuck in his apartment.
fucking his apartment.
Yeah.
Basically,
Basically the
That
entire plot.
sums it up in a very succinct
Basically,
way.
they sort of dangle the promise of promotion to him
Because
so
they're
Right.
using his house to fuck their mistress.
and he's a bit of a pushover.
A
So
bit,
it-
yeah.
it
Because
kinda-
his
yeah.
fucking coworkers fucking his bed. That's the definition
Yeah.
of a pushover.
Yeah,
That is
I know.
kind of fucked up. I have to say. They at least be like, hey, the couch is all yours, guys, but my room's off limits,
No.
right?
It's like, hey, let's do the sheets. Oh, he didn't do the sheets. Okay, it's fine.
He didn't do the
Yeah,
sheets.
yeah,
He didn't do the
yeah,
sheets.
yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What's that stain? So I did like it. I mean, it's almost like a timeless storyline, really, because it's just the way humans interact when they're doing fucked up shit. And, once you're in over your head, it's hard to climb back out of it. I liked the little subplot of the love story, right? This idea that you're in love with someone who's clearly not interested in you because they're in love with something way worse.
Would you call it a
Right.
subplot?
I mean, kinda, because
Well, it sort of
it doesn't
blends.
really come out. It doesn't really come. Yeah, I don't know. You kind of it. All of a sudden, you're like, oh right, this is the story about these two. But there's so much interaction between the managers and all,
Yeah.
him and his manager and all these other dudes that you're kind of forget sometimes that really the meat and the bones is the storyline between the elevator girl and Lemming there.
Mr. Pimp.
So,
Yeah,
Mr.
Lemming.
Pimp that doesn't get laid, right?
It
That's
doesn't
the
get
worst
paid
part, right?
either.
It doesn't get paid, doesn't get laid, and everyone around him thinks he's like some fucking pimp. So that's got to be the worst thing going.
Yeah.
Right
yeah,
there.
that's pretty bad.
Like, talk about manhood just being under the fucking,
right. And he's sort of like half
fucked.
like, I don't know. It's more like he's scared about people finding out what's going on. It's not like he's really enjoying, I don't think, being the pimp role.
No,
like
not
his
at all.
neighbors think
Not
he
at
is,
all.
or that he's some hot shot. And he's
Right.
just like, yeah, that's me. That's me, the stud.
The stud, yeah, you know me. Easy come, easy go.
Yeah, totally. Right body to science. I know.
Womp womp. I don't know. I fucking liked it. It's very strange. I have to say. I was talking it over with someone at work, and he liked it too because he's an older gentleman, and he's like, dude, that's a timeless classic. We kind of went back and forth for a bit, and it is something that you could watch. I mean, it's got fast pace, so like the edits are quick, the dialogue's fast. There was a certain point, like about, I'd say like 2/3 through, that it kind of slowed down a bit. Whereas, like, okay,
it took a long time to revive her after her suicide attempt.
It did. So
There's
there was like a couple
I
of
thought that
times
was the best
where,
part
like,
of the movie, personally.
Oh yeah.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Come on, one in front of the other.
Walk,
One in front of the
walk,
other. Let's
woman,
go. Walk, then walk, woman. Yeah. So I mean, there was but like for the most part, it was for a 1960s movie. I was expecting much less. So maybe it just was better than I was expecting. So therefore, I wasn't bothered by
the low bar did
parts
you
that
good.
slowed down. Low bar does people good.
Yeah.
Keep a low bar, you're always impressed.
Yes.
So, I mean, I didn't notice anything like amazing about, let's say, like shot composure or like, there wasn't the technical side of it. I wasn't blown away by, right? It's just like, dialogue in a bedroom.
Yeah, the office scenes were pretty cool. The way they
office scenes were cool. Yeah, they were.
Did you do any research on that, John, and how they did that?
I looked at the
didn't either.
Wikipedia article. That's about the only technical detail they mention about the film is that they use like a forced perspective, and they use smaller people, and they just kind of like had gradations of smaller people.
They
in
were
the
children.
background to give it. Oh yeah,
No shit.
Yeah.
Children in
That's
the
what I
middle
call
ground, and
children.
then in the back, they had like marionettes, like actual puppets.
Oh wow.
Whoa, I
the
didn't
very
notice
back.
that really.
Yeah.
And you just couldn't, the camera, like the way it was framed or whatever, you
Yeah, the
couldn't
way it
tell
was-
that they weren't.
Right. The back wall of the set was like all small and stuff. So that's
And
why
it
if
was
you have
like
like
out
a
of
side
focus
shot,
a little bit.
right?
a
If
little
you had a
blurry.
side shot of the
Yeah.
movie, they wouldn't show the back wall because it would look fucked up. It was only like head on. You could see the back wall.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty cool idea.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Works
I
pretty good.
didn't notice. I didn't
Yeah.
notice it. So
I just thought it was a large set, right?
right. Yep. So I mean, yeah, I thought it was it's kind of cool. I mean, it was kind of fitting too, right? Because it's like Christmas and New Year's in the film, so there's like we're in this time of year here, so it's kind of I don't know why that I
Within
thought that
3
was cool,
months
but
of
it did.
New Year's, yeah, it's the time of the
Yeah,
year.
right. Yeah. Right. Well, what do you mean? It's fucking in fucking
I know,
November. What are
I
you talking about? It's 1 month away. You're out of your mind.
Yeah, but the Black
By the time
Friday
this
sale
airs-
started about a month and a half
By
ago.
the time
so-
this airs, it's going to be fucking December.
No, this is airing
So-
next Monday. Is it? What time?
Yeah,
that's right.
we're
Well,
without
isn't
a
that
net right now.
Close then? Isn't that close to
The 25th. It is pretty
Almost,
close.
yeah.
Yeah,
A week
it's
from
a
Friday.
month away from Christmas.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have too much because I wasn't like taking notes or anything. I never do that. Oh God, why would I do that? Ugh. Notes. Ugh. I was fucking impressed. I liked it. I would recommend it to others. I already did it. In fact, I got a film nerd friend Anna who's she loves she just loves film. So I was like, you might want to see this one if you haven't, just because like it seems like a timeless classic. So. I don't know.
Nice.
I mean, I'd be willing to bet that one of you didn't like it, but
I bet that John-
we'll find out.
John, did you like it?
I liked it.
Oh, you liked it?
Hey,
I think TC nailed it pretty good, or described it as well. I mean, Jack Lemmon is really charming. Actually, so is Shirley MacLaine. Both of those characters
yeah,
are
she
just
is.
very, very sympathetic, and I like his character a lot. I just how he's trying. He's not a jerk or anything, but he's kind of naive, and he's sort of a pushover. But he's good-hearted, and that's kind of what the whole movie leads up to, is him actually standing up to his boss. Like that's kind of the
Right.
whole thing, that it's very slowly he gets up to that point. And I think he's just very charming to watch. I even liked when he was sick with the nose spray scene. I think he improvised that where he's like squeezing the nose spray.
Oh my God, the nasal spray. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
He's like,
Not
hold on a
improv.
second, hold on. He's like,
Not improv.
shh.
Wasn't it? I
No.
thought they said
looks
they
like it
improv'd.
could have been.
They
No, they
improv'd.
actually. So they improv'd it during the rehearsals. But then they realized that when they was like, that's pretty funny, but if you use the real nasal spray, which they had, you couldn't see it, so they put milk inside of it for the real
Oh,
takes.
gotcha. Okay, so then they did that. So it was kind of a combo.
Right. That happened a bunch of times. They would improvise during the rehearsals, and then for the actual filming, they would like have it perfectly like ready to go.
Okay.
Got it.
But he was great, and I don't think I've seen anybody like him in terms of him playing the comedic role he plays and the kind of character he seems to play. And the more I see him, I think I might like some like a Hot more now. I think just because I don't know, you feel like you get to know his style because it's a little different. I think so that might be why I like this even more than a lot more than some like a Hot. I don't know. But yeah, his character is really fun. His sort of the office politics and him just trying to fit in, wanting to move up, and sort of how that plays out, I think is pretty entertaining. And again, there's nothing funnier than adultery. I mean, except
It's
for
hilarious.
except for maybe suicide. But
Which is what you thought I thought happened at the end there. I definitely did. I was like, oh, fuck, he killed himself. It's a tragic classic.
Yeah,
it's not a
that was a
timeless
gunshot
classic.
noise.
It's a tragic
That was
one.
not a champagne bottle open. That was a fucking
No,
gunshot.
they did that on purpose.
Yeah.
They really got you on that one. Yeah.
And Fred McMurray is entertaining as the boss, and I've seen him in a lot of things. He was the original Nutty Professor, the flubber guy, and I don't know if that may have been before your guys' time, but
I'm a Robin Williams flubber kind of guy.
Yeah, he was the original flubber guy.
Oh,
Flubber guy.
Yeah, he was.
That's what it says on his
I saw that a
tombstone.
lot. Yes, the original.
I am the
guy.
original flubber guy.
I don't know if you guys ever saw the TV
Don't get it twisted.
series My Three Sons, but he was the dad in that. I remember watching that a fair amount when I was really, really little.
did you think that he was your dad?
No, I don't know. Maybe I wished he was. I don't know. All I do is have vague memories. I think somehow that was on TV when I was like pre-verbal or something because it came out. It ran from like 1960 to 1972.
Oh, you definitely thought he was
born
your
in
dad.
73.
Definitely.
Yeah, I probably did.
Yeah.
Papa?
But, Dad, don't sleep with that girl, Daddy. But yeah, whatever.
Don't worry, son. It's not your mother. Doesn't matter. Your mom's not here.
What else do I
It just
got
got
to
dark
say?
real quick.
Oh, have you guys ever had a Tom and Jerry? There's
What?
one line where
No.
they like the Tom and Jerry mix is in the fridge. I was like, what the hell is a
What the
Tom
hell's
and
a
Jerry?
Tom and
Oh, I
Jerry?
missed that.
Yeah.
No idea.
So I had to look it up, and if we don't find another drink, maybe this is what we do.
Oh, no,
for
dude.
The next 50.
There was another one he said when he was like having coffee at the end of the revival scene, and he picks up a bottle of like some kind of booze, and he's like, "You mind if I cool this off?" And he dumps some of it in the coffee. I'm like, "Ooh, I like that phrase."
I like that.
Oh,
Cooling
yeah.
it off.
Yeah,
with
you have a hot cup of coffee,
booze.
you cool it
vodka
off.
in your coffee.
You cool
or
it off with
hopefully, what
booze.
is it?
That's a
Yeah.
fucking
bourbon
great
or
line. I
something?
totally missed that.
Oh, it was great. I loved it. I wrote it down.
Man,
I'm like,
I gotta
I'm gonna
use that again.
Yeah.
I'm definitely
the
using
Dr.
that. Mind
C's
if
are
I cool
great.
this off?
Yeah, and again,
That's great.
It's nice and funny in the context of how they're just like ripping him the whole time about what a playboy he is and how he deserves this.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, John. What's the Tom and Jerry? I was actually curious.
Yeah,
That's
well,
right. Yeah. What was the Tom and Jerry?
Tom and Jerry, it's like eggnog. It's a variant of eggnog with brandy and rum added and served hot.
Randy, isn't that just eggnog?
Yeah, I guess the served hot part might not be, and maybe it's like a certain kind of eggnog. I don't know.
Warm
yeah.
eggnog. Does that sound gross? Kind of.
Kind of gross.
Yeah, I bet it's probably pretty good though. Hard to imagine
yeah.
it.
The main difference is that
I don't like eggnog
basically,
at all,
Yeah, the main
so.
difference is that Tom and Jerry is served warm.
Have you ever had real eggnog, TC? Not the fucking hood bottled kind, but like you go to a bar and you get real eggnog with real booze in it and
no.
stuff.
Is that good
I
or
don't
bad?
think I have. Is
it's
it good?
much
I'd
better.
worry it's more eggy.
Is it creamier? Is it more
it's
like
less creamy,
like
much less
slimy?
creamy.
I would
Dude,
worry it's
oh,
thick.
less
that
creamier.
hood shit is so thick, it's disgusting.
Oh God, yeah, it's like drinking churned butter.
Yeah, it's
Fucking
not like that. If you
nasty.
get like a real good one at a bar that has good eggnog, you should look for one this Christmas. It's very Christmassy.
We'll see. I've never liked the idea of eggnog. The idea that I'm drinking eggs with fucking booze doesn't seem right.
Dude, you
to
get
me.
your protein. Well, you could like not have a meal.
It's
You
like
just-
it's like the Rocky Balboa of booze. You know, I mean, I don't know. I don't like
exactly.
it. Just drinking down eggs. No.
Actually, there's
Sorry.
like, so if you want the Tom and Jerry, 1 large egg, 2 tablespoons sugar, 1.5 ounces brandy, 2 ounces dark rum.
What was that? What was the third one?
1.5 ounces brandy.
Oh, brandy.
Ah, brandy.
2 ounces dark rum.
Tom and brandy.
12 ounces milk, possibly, and then
Possibly.
nutmeg. And then, yeah, I don't know. I'm just seeing one recipe here for it. And then you start a kettle boiling. You separate the egg. You reward yourself for separating the egg by sipping a little rum. This is a cute recipe.
It's all
here
good stuff.
on slate.com. Then you beat the egg white. And then the kettle's
beat
whistling.
the egg white. Huh?
Yeah,
And then you pour hot water into 2 mugs to warm them up.
That's what I was thinking, Teddy.
Just getting drunk
You
on
just
rum,
really-
punching egg
really-
whites in the kitchen.
Beating the shit out of the egg
this is
white.
some work to do it. Maybe we should because you gotta then you beat the egg yolk with sugar. So separately.
Sounds like kind of miserable.
Yeah,
Not gonna
and then
lie.
step 7, a little more rum never killed anybody. Step 8.
Dude, this is like you're making so you have a house party at Christmas with a bunch of your old fat friends because you're like 60 years old at this point, and they're all sitting in the living room waiting for their drinks in your weird couch without the television because you're weird and old and you don't have TV. And you take an hour to make the drinks, and by the time you're done making them, you walk out and you're already drunk and you have a glass pitcher of the eggnog, but you trip and fall and smash the eggnog all over the floor.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sounds
yeah,
about
pretty
right.
much. Yep.
Then
That
maybe
doesn't
with some
sound
yelling,
fun.
God damn it, Jim!
You're like
We
the
just
floor,
had the
everyone.
floors redone. You got egg on the floor. That's never
For the
coming
last
off.
time, my name is not Jim. What?
So that's all I got. I don't know what more to say about the film except I enjoyed it. I've never seen Shirley MacLaine in anything as a young lady. I mean, I've only seen her in as older lady in later films. So it was kind of pretty cool to see her kind of in her heyday. But otherwise, yeah, it was an enjoyable film.
Do you guys when you guys were
Right.
done watching it, you were like, that was enjoyable. I'm glad I watched that.
Yeah, pretty much. I thought, it was good. I enjoyed it. And it made me appreciate Jack Lemmon a lot more. And so, yeah, he's growing on me.
It's weird. All right, I'm going to go. I feel like my
Wait,
reaction to it is like the complete opposite of your guys.
Oh.
Okay.
Hatred? Disgust? What?
So this is one of the movies where my experience was the first half of the movie, I really didn't like it. I thought all the characters were despicable and it annoyed me. Like the fact that Jack Lemmon was just such a pushover, and I didn't find him to be like an innocent pushover. He was being a fucking, I don't know what the right word is, but he was doing things that were improper to get ahead at his job. You know what I mean? He was jumping over real hardworking people like he was sitting next to because he was letting people do corrupt shit.
Right,
And I was like,
'cause
fuck this.
that's a good
they
point.
talked to him about that guy said to him, I've been here double the time
Right.
you
And he's like,
have.
I'm screw you. I got an
$1
apartment. I let people have sex in my bed. So, I'm like, fuck this guy. This guy's a fucking asshole.
I have to sleep with sperm, okay?
Yeah.
I deserve this promotion.
All right, that's an interesting and fair point.
Yeah, and also
I mean, that's a more realistic take.
It is. I think I wasn't taking the movie that seriously, you know?
How? So that's another thing. It sounded like, Jean, at least it sounded like you thought the movie was funny.
Yeah.
Were you laughing out loud at this movie?
No. I thought it was just kind of cute. And sort of charming. And I like, one thing I really liked about the film was how it ended where he stands up to his boss, right? And then she goes over there and he just confesses in kind of a really cutely awkward way that he loves her. And she doesn't, she's just smirks and is like, just deal the cards. And I thought that was such a great
at the
way
end
to end.
there, I
loved
thought that was nice because she's like, I'm sitting here, dude. I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm here.
no big
Right.
hug, kiss, whatever. I thought that was really a wonderful ending.
So then why
I did too.
Why
I
did
thought
she,
that was cute.
All right, so explain to me why she finally realized that Jack Lemmon was the guy that she wanted to be with. Because even after the suicide and even after that guy was a dick and pretty much paid her to have sex with her, she still went back to him.
Yeah.
Right.
What
'cause she loved
made her?
She loved that other guy for some dumb reason.
She
You know
did.
how this
She-
goes.
she
People
did.
love people for the wrong reasons.
But
all
then
the
how did
goddamn
she
time.
switch? What was the switch? I didn't see the
The switch was she realized that this guy was finally an asshole, and the
How?
other guy was such a pushover because she just knew he was an asshole after the whole thing. Right? She's been sobbing for weeks, and she's like, "I fucking hate this guy, even though I can't stop loving him at the moment." And then she realized when the pushover finally stood up to the boss and quit, that was the biggest fucking most important thing that's happened to her from a
Right.
man in a long time.
But that had
'Cause this
nothing to
other
do with her,
asshole's been-
though, right?
Yes, it did.
How?
Yeah.
He quit because the guy wanted to bring her back to the house and fuck her, the woman he loves in his own apartment. And he wouldn't allow it. He stood up against that. He's like, fuck that. I'm not doing that. It wasn't that he didn't want her to go there. It was that he didn't want him to fuck her.
And even then, it's not like she realizes that she loves him even then, or because it's not even given that that's what's happening at this point necessarily. But she just
She's
I
all
think it
fucked
just
up.
really hits home. Yeah, she is. But she also
she's
then just
fucked up.
realized what she
Needs in the moment because she likes to live moment to moment.
For.
She loves when men are mean.
Yeah. So my problem is,
yeah.
TC, that makes sense, but I don't see, maybe that's how she interpreted it, but I didn't see that as being, because it was Shirley MacLaine's character, he rejected his boss. I feel like he was done with the sex apartment thing overall anyway, and had nothing to do with the fact.
No, it didn't, because he said you're not going to bring her to the apartment. If
Well,
the
I think
guy
he got
said,
extra
I got
mad
some
because
other,
of it, but he wasn't allowing anybody else.
No, he's like, you're not. No, because he was. I think he had enough at that moment too, because he was going to go talk to the boss. I thought it was pretty funny how he talked, like when he had the whole speech prepared, and then the boss basically said the speech to him. I thought that was great, but I just think that like as soon as he knew that this was going to bring that woman back to his house, he was done. I just spoke volumes. I don't know. To me, it did, and it must be to
I
her
missed
too.
that. Maybe I expect more of like a hand holding for movies. I don't know, because I was expecting like a definitive reason for her to like, I don't know, to change her mind. I feel like I didn't get that. I feel like that him quitting his job wasn't really enough, at least for me.
I just think that the whole movie, he was such, like John said, he's such a pushover, and she saw that all the time.
Yeah.
Probably why she wasn't attracted to him, because he was such a pushover.
Probably, and that she sees how much it must have cost him, and how hard that must have been for him to do, and
Right.
that was just very, very impressive that he did it, because he has not been, she saw him as a nice guy, but he's sort of a nice guy in the bad sense of the word, almost, even where he just would let people take advantage of him.
Yeah, he's a real neckbeard, this guy.
Yeah.
Real neckbeard.
Real neckbeard.
To some extent, and I almost feel like he's just getting ahead and happy about it, but he's still really just taking what he can from the people that are taking advantage of him.
But he put himself in that situation because he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, I mean, just like walking away from this movie, I was pretty unhappy about it. I didn't really know what to make of it. But it's one of those movies where like the watching of it, I didn't necessarily enjoy. I think partially because I was expecting a comedy, because it sounded like it hot, and Jack Lemmon and Billy Wilder, I didn't find it funny in the least. Like I thought it was the opposite of funny. I thought it was depressing and about sad, broken people.
Oh.
So I was expecting that, and I didn't enjoy the movie because I was expecting that. But looking back on it, I think, and I watched the commentary too, so I was kind of watching it for a second time.
Uh-huh.
I enjoyed it a lot more just because I saw where the character was going. Like not knowing where Jack Lemmon's character was going really upset me, because I was just like, what is this? Am I watching Mad Men? Are these just bad people doing bad things? Like
Nikki had that exact experience, so she didn't want to watch. She watched like the first half and just kind of walked away and was fine with that, because she's just like, it's just not a movie I want to watch.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it was so anti-woman, or what?
No, just because it's just such bad people all the time with no actual arcs. Yes. Like there's no arcs in the first half.
Right.
See, you know what it is, John? It's like, for me, I'm like, everyone's a shithead. So I love these movies. I'm like, this is what people really are.
This confirms my life, yeah.
This confirms what I'm always saying, that everyone's inherently bad. No one's good.
Yeah.
It's just they do good things in order to like pull one over on everyone else.
That is such a negative view on people.
Oh, yeah. I'm such a jaded, fucking half-empty guy. Yeah.
But it sounds like, unlike you guys, I thought the best part of the movie was when she overdosed, and that sounds weird to say, but I thought just
that
like
does sound very
she
weird.
kills herself.
Best part of the movie was when she almost died. It was great.
For some reason that scene seemed extremely realistic to me, where they took their time to like show you all the steps it would take, like her vomiting, getting the shot, drinking the coffee, walking around. It made me feel like all these cartoonishly bad characters I've been watching so far, I was like, oh shit. Like even people who are cartoonishly bad and who are broken and desperate, and I don't necessarily care about, they kill themselves because they know that they're these types of characters. Like she's a bad person
stuck.
and she knows it, and she's broken and she can't help it. So she tries to kill herself. And I was like, it like really turned me to be like, oh shit, I can still feel some sympathy for these type of people. And I was just disregarding them before, like in the first 2/3 of the movie.
That's really interesting.
So then like after that, at least with her character, I really liked, her acting during that scene was amazing. I thought she was great and like the best part of the movie in terms of acting throughout. She was the only one not hamming it up, I thought. Like Jack Lemmon still kind of does that. Hey, I'm acting. Oh, look at me. I'm hopping around doing stuff.
I'm singing la 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 la.
Yeah.
Cook, la la la.
Oh, cooking the spaghetti. Oh, cooking the spaghetti. Fucking worst part of the movie is that part. Jesus Christ.
He is definitely like over the top sometimes, without a doubt.
No, I think you have an interesting point, Denny. I just was not. I was not taking the movie seriously. I just didn't expect to. I think because it was Billy Wilder and Some Like It Hot, and I was like, so I wasn't even I wasn't even taking it seriously.
Yeah.
Maybe. And so I didn't I just sort of saw it as lighthearted, even though you're right. If you really think about it, it's dark right from the beginning.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me just thinking that like people that cheat on their wives and it's put in such a, oh, who cares? This is normal type of way kind of makes me angry too. It's like, don't trivialize this type of shit.
Well, it's also 1960.
True.
I feel like that was just like, that was normal then.
And the slapping of the asses for people was just like acceptable.
Oh, yeah. No, and like people would do that. And we're like, oh, and you're going to get yourself a corporate expense card and you're going to use it however the fuck you want to use it. And you're going to do, you know what I mean? That was just how people were back then because they're assholes. Like I said, inherently bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always get like concerned when someone's too good. You're like, I don't know. There's something really fucked up with you. You're too good. we don't know it yet, but you're gonna be fucking something's coming out about you later that's gonna be really nasty. If you just own being a shithead, then you're probably just like a normal shithead. But if you're fucking inherent, I'm Doctors Without Borders and I'm always helping the needy and stuff. It's like, what the fuck are you hiding? God, I got such a jaded view.
Yeah,
of the
you
world.
do. What do you think they have on like Mr. Rogers and Bob Ross? Are you waiting for like the worst scandals ever with those two?
Oh man.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean,
and Keanu Reeves.
Do we even have to like?
Yeah,
Keanu. Yeah, Keanu's like a rapist or something. I'm not gonna say that. He's a great guy.
He's a great guy.
He's a good guy. He's a good.
We
guy.
love him. We're a pro Keanu podcast.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Yeah. What else do I have to say? Yeah, the end. I don't know. It was okay.
I like the end.
It seemed.
It was
I mean,
a great ending.
It's hard to say because I mean, it seemed cliche. I knew they're like the entire movie. These two were going to get together from the first time he's talking to her in the elevator. Like that, it's a given, right?
Oh yeah.
Don't you think?
I didn't know. I didn't know what would happen.
TC, do you think they were going to get together?
Yeah, I kind of assumed. Yep.
And I was because of that, I was hoping for something different and interesting to happen at the end, and it didn't happen. So that was disappointing.
Okay, I can
just
see
making
that.
assumptions here, and they're not fulfilled. So yeah, so kind of a
Screw
weird
your
way to watch
movie.
movies. Yeah. What else is there about this movie? The Neighbor. What do you guys think about The Neighbor?
Which one? The lady
The
or the
doctor.
doctor?
The doctor.
Yeah,
The
he was good.
Doctor.
I liked him.
I like that line he had. I'm not doing it as a doctor. I'm doing it as a neighbor. I'm like, only in the 60s would people say that. Now they'd be like, fuck you. You're my neighbor. Leave me alone. Don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to you.
I think doctors might be different, especially if there's someone ODing in there. I don't know, though. Maybe not. Maybe they're like, no.
That. No
well,
way.
actually, no. Don't doctors get in trouble? Like, you can sue a doctor even if they're like, if you're in a car
like a
accident and a
liability?
doctor. Yeah, it's like if they
Yeah,
pull
right.
over and try to help you in a car accident, the doctors don't want to help because you can get fucked over.
Yeah, you lose your license because you fucked up somehow. I
Yeah.
can see that. But I mean, that's,
That's America for you.
You're right. That's right. Yeah, you're probably right, Denny.
I mean, I don't know if that's a widespread thing, but I've definitely heard about cases where that happens.
That happening.
Yeah. Do you not think that like the neighbors would notice? Like they see this guy in the hallway all of the time, right?
Right.
They see what's his name in the
when
hall.
they see the other people.
Right.
Right.
Not
so
once.
when they figure it out, or wouldn't there like be different? They would hear the guys. Different sounds from the guys. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, and like the different rhythms. I mean, come on, different dudes got different rhythms. You got the jackhammers, you got the freaking slow and go, or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
No,
The
I don't wanna-
jackhammers. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
45 seconds later, it's done. Yeah, it's
Yep. And then, oh, that was fucking great. Was that good for you?
where are you going? Shit.
Jesus Christ, the jackhammer. That's good.
I looked
that.
up. So I had a question. Why the hell did there used to be elevator operators? Do you guys have any guesses on why there were elevator operators?
I was wondering. No, I was wondering that myself. Like, are these people really too stupid to push the buttons?
That's what I thought too, John. You have
I
any-
had guessed maybe it was just a more complicated machine at some point.
In what
where,
ways?
Press button.
It wasn't
Go to
just
the
about
floor.
pressing a button, but
Press
you
the
had to like
button.
actually manually open the doors, or you had to there were certain things you had to do that just happen automatically now. I don't know.
So this is funny because you had that's pretty much what I thought. I was like, there's probably doors.
Yeah.
There's, the buttons are more complicated. I don't fucking know. But once you hear it, you'll be
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, no shit. This is before developments in technology.
Right.
There was no preset level, so the person doing it had a lever. So like you would lift the lever and it was a speed lever. It was like a fucking car where like you
Oh,
could
wow.
the
So
higher
you're, like,
up you push
driving
the
a car.
lever, the faster it went. So like you wanted to slowly push the lever up to gradually increase the speed of the elevator. And I think the hardest
Oh,
part from
wow.
what it sounded like is there was no click to where the floor was. So like you had to aim the elevator to line up with the floor at each stop.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So the person's literally free controlling a fucking box going up and down in a shaft.
Right.
Wow.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it in a movie where like they jump in the elevator and they tell the operator to step on it, man.
5 miles an hour.
And the other guy jumps in the other elevator. Follow that elevator.
That's good, John. Oh shit.
I just thought that was cool because I always thought people were
Yeah.
just lazy back in the day to be like, yeah, press your own fucking button. What is this?
Yeah, but they
Yeah,
like fucking
yeah.
they're- in the movie they're pressing buttons though. So I mean,
Are they?
There might have
Yeah,
been a
she presses a
transition
button.
time. Yeah,
Oh.
maybe.
Maybe it was the
there's a
transitional time where they didn't want to have
Right.
people lose their jobs.
Right, or it was like just it was tradition to have an elevator operator even after you didn't need them anymore. But it still like was a status kind of thing. So
Yeah,
you
like a
you would just,
doorman.
like-
You don't need that,
Yeah.
but it's fancy.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I think maybe that there was a period of time where that happened for a while until it just
no, it
was
was
like,
that
hey,
all the executives need to just pat somebody on the ass every 20 minutes back then. You know?
Yeah, it's like,
hey,
keep the hot
well,
ones
yeah.
in. Yeah, keep them in
Hey,
the
I
front.
spent 30 minutes. I need an ass. I need an ass to pat. The elevator girl's here. Perfect.
Did you guys, when she was by herself in the apartment, did you pick up on what she was about to do when she started filling the glass up with water and it had a cut?
No.
No, I thought she was gonna. You mean before she took the pills?
Yeah,
or?
when she kicked her boyfriend out of Jack Lemmon's apartment and then she started crying, went to the bathroom,
Yeah.
saw the pills on the countertop, and then started filling a cup full of water, and then it cut to Jack Lemmon dancing with that weird lady in the bar.
I thought what happened was that she figured out whose apartment it was. I wasn't suspecting suicide at that point. I thought she was going to like read his name on the prescription bottle, and then something was going to happen because of that.
Yeah,
So I wasn't expecting the suicide at that point.
I wasn't either. I picked up on something, you guys. I want to see if you guys picked up on it too.
Okay.
When they're at the Christmas party, what's her name? Shirley asks Jack how many drinks he's had, and he says 3, but he shows her 4 fingers.
Oh yeah.
And then later, when Jack asked Shirley how many guys she had slept with, she said 3 and showed 4 on her hand.
Okay.
Oh.
I think the implication there, just to put that out there, is that Jack was so drunk that he definitely didn't have 3 or 4 drinks because he couldn't line up his mouth and his fingers. He had way more than that. And she was kind of expressing that she slept with way more than 3 or 4 dudes as well.
Oh, very, very subtle movie detail there.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
Could
good
be
point.
wrong. Just wanted to share
No,
that.
I like it.
Commentary. There was a commentary. It was with a historian, believe it or not, since this movie is so old.
Okay, good. Maybe.
This guy wasn't bad. He did do a couple things where he would just describe what was going on the screen. There was the scene where Jack Lemmon was leaving his apartment, and he's like, here he goes. He's going to go down here. You're like, go. Cool. Thanks, man. When the TV shut off, it's the old tube TVs kind of shrink into that little white dot that floats in the middle of the screen for a little while.
Okay.
The commentator was like, that's Baxter. Baxter is a little white dot on a big black background.
Oh, that's also how TVs worked back then.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Symbolism, dude.
A little white dot. No. Sorry, I
No.
don't know. That's no.
Okay, good. I agree.
Yeah.
This was the last black and white movie to win a Best Picture award. Kind of the end of the black and white era. So you can put that in your memory, TC. 1960. That's the point where you might like a movie before.
Where I might like a movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
He talked about at one point how he's dissecting individual frames and how busy the background is in individual shots and how it cuts and it's calm behind a certain person's character. But then he goes on to say how Wilder made movies, not cinema, according to him. So it was like self-proclaimed. So he said it would be a useless waste of time to dissect individual frames. Right after he did it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, he did
Wow.
it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was stupid.
Well.
It took 2 weeks to edit this movie because Billy Wilder knows while he's shooting, while he's getting a take, which take he wants. He shoots for the most part on the, when he has the option to shoot as many times as he wants. He stops when he knows he has the shot. He marks the shot and he knows, like with the script, he knows how it's going to flow. So basically, there's no creativeness in the editing process in his movies because he's already pre-planned out everything and already
Planned
selected
out
the
everything.
shots.
Yeah. Right.
So
right.
super efficient in that regard. And that's really rare. I've never heard of that before. I mean, usually there's some type of creative process in the editing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
you'd think, yeah.
I feel like when you have no money and no budget, it's better to do it that way because you don't shoot anything you don't need.
Yeah.
Right. So you're not wasting production budget.
Right. And there were some scenes they had to do it in like less than 4 takes.
Right. So you're gaining money off the post budget by putting it into the production part and you get better production out of it. So I can see it if you have no budget.
So is that how that
And
works?
it
They
does
just give you
make
like a
sense.
lump sum and it's up to you to like divvy out which
Oh,
parts.
yeah. So like you get like X amount of money for the show or the movie. And then like the post and production people, they figure out like, okay, this is what we want to shoot. This is what it's going to cost to shoot it. Well, we don't have enough money for those things. Well, can we take it out of post or can we move things around from, the X, Y, and Z? And
So
then
these guys have worked with
it's-
Wilder before, and they're like, "Oh, Billy never spends time editing, so just take all of that and put it elsewhere."
So we'll keep the money in the production budget,
But don't
and
tell
we'll
the
keep
higher ups
post
about
down to a
it,
minimum.
because they'll cut the budget
Well,
overall.
no, everybody's fuck that. Everybody's aware, right?
Oh,
I mean,
really?
come on,
Yeah.
this is and knowing him, he wants it. He wants it that way. Like the directors that do that they're doing it on purpose from the beginning. It's less about the budget and more about how they want to work.
Huh.
But I think like as far as like if you find them, like I know that when I used to work with a couple people here, like they would do that stuff on purpose. Like they would storyboard the shit out of it so they weren't wasting any money in post.
That makes sense.
So
Whenever they talk about storyboarding in any of these commentaries, it never seems like a bad idea to storyboard things.
it's always a good idea because
Yeah.
you're going in it with a level head of exactly what you want with intention.
And you don't
You're
have
not
to try
going
to
in it
figure
with,
out it's probably
yeah.
way easier to imagine what you're actually going for when it's on paper
Yep.
than it is in your head.
Right.
And
Yep.
you can share it with other
And
people too.
when you're trying to think about it, when in the moment, it's not going to come out right. And that's
Right.
why it's funny too, because like you'll see all these nitwit, young people, these youths. They're just like, oh, we're just going to show up and shoot it, man. It's going to be great, man. I'm just going to shoot whatever. It's like, no, and then their movie turns out like shit because they don't have what they need. They don't get the coverage. It's, this is, filmmaking 101, which I'm not good at, but I would imagine
Plan
if you're
ahead.
a director, you're
Because the most
planning
expensive
ahead.
part of a
Storyboarding
movie-
is the most, storyboarding and then shot. Literally, like, they have software now too, where like you can create your camera moves within a space so that you go into it knowing full well the camera's going to move here to here. We're going to shoot it from a wide shot to a medium, and you plan all that stuff out on top of what the storyboards would be. You're not only storyboarding it anymore, you're actually planning all of your shots
So
ahead
do
of
you
time.
3D model? Like, is it a 3D model storyboard?
It's a lot of like storyboarding and then 2D modeling of like where the camera's going to sit within the frame. Like if you're framing it at a medium shot, then you look at like from a bird's eye view of above, and you're planning where your cameras are gonna be and where they move and how they're shooting. And then look, if you get to the moment and you're actually doing those things, fucking throw it all away if you want to. It's because it's in your head, right? Like there might be a situation where you get it. That's kind of the beauty of the filmmaking process, right? Is that like you have carte blanche to be like, fuck that, we're not doing that. The way they're acting right now, we need to shoot it like this, right? And then you can change everything. But you're only going to get to those moments when you've already thought about all of those things 100%, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it never hurts. Hey, kids, if you're listening out there, it never hurts to storyboard and plan.
You always plan.
Anyway.
Yeah, you can't hurt to plan.
Yeah. No.
It can't hurt.
Yeah. And this is coming from someone who doesn't plan a goddamn fucking thing in his life.
And it's not working out so good.
It's not, so I don't plan, so it's not working great. So don't be me.
Yeah.
All right.
Sometimes, like he did upwards of 20 takes sometimes back, and this is like black and white film, and he was filming on 40 millimeter and 70 millimeter sometimes. So that's not cheap. But at this point, he's like a pretty successful filmmaker. So I think he had a pretty good run of it.
Right.
They were worried that they were going to force, after they wrote the screenplay and before they actually started shooting it, they were all worried. Billy Wilder and all his production team were worried that they were going to force them to make it into a play as opposed to making it into a movie because of the dark content. Basically, the suicide attempt and like the story about him trying to kill himself. Basically, all the suicide stuff in this movie. It's extremely dark, and they didn't want to, and all the sex stuff too. I mean, they play it lightly, but man, if this was like a purely dark film, it would be nasty and not pleasant at all, right? Like if a realistic story of a down and out guy with a crappy apartment lending it out to his sleazy bosses so they could fuck loose women. That's what this movie is, and it doesn't come across as bad as it probably would.
Right.
True. Yeah, Canadian censors actually cut a couple scenes out that had to do with the sex, like when Shirley MacLaine was given the $100 and then she started taking her clothes off. That whole scene was taken out because the whole idea of like prostitution back then was not okay for movies. So there was like some pretty risque stuff in this movie, weirdly. The last piece of trivia I have is they slapped the shit out of Shirley MacLaine for that scene.
Yep.
They
I'll tell you what,
slapped
like
her.
literally did.
They literally slapped the shit out of her.
Oh,
6 takes. So they used takes 5 and 6 for the final ones, and they actually had like a real doctor because like all that stuff was real. They had a real doctor saying how they revive people after they take a bunch of sleeping pills. And the real guy, like the real doctor that was there saying like, you have to shake her and hit her much harder than you're doing. And they're like, no.
Oh, gosh.
That's crazy.
I thought they were hitting her pretty damn hard.
Yeah.
I don't know. It didn't look fake at all.
Yeah, it didn't look fake. It was not fake.
It was not fake.
Wow. Damn. And they just kept doing it take after take?
6 takes, yeah. I don't know why 6 takes,
Jesus
but
fucking Christ.
yeah. So she got nominated for a best support or a best actress award.
Yo, she fucking damn well better after that.
Seriously.
She got beat up. Fuck, man.
Got her ass grabbed, got her face slapped really hard. Yeah, that's this movie, guys.
Meanwhile, Weinstein's over there going, oh, so that's how you do it, huh, Pops? He's like, damn right, kid. You fucking knock him out. What? No. What? No.
Harvey,
you
no.
don't.
Harvey.
You don't do that. No. No.
Would you guys put this in the top 250?
I sure would.
Really? Good for you.
I would, because it's one of the only ones of this age that I actually liked. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's fair.
TC, I'm jealous of you. Whenever John says "good for you" to me, he means it sarcastically. He doesn't mean it at all.
You got an actual legitimate feeling out of John.
Yeah,
it's not fair.
That's because TC hasn't been being a dick for like the last hour. That's usually after you're like berating me because I'm not agreeing with your opinion.
Yeah.
I didn't do that this time, did I?
John.
No, you
John.
didn't.
Yeah. Okay, John. Yeah,
You didn't do it this time at all. You were very nice.
You,
Yay! John, would you put it in the top 250?
sarcastic, Teddy?
Yeah, I know. Yes. Fuck you, John. You piece of shit.
Yeah, I know.
See? And we're back to normal. This feels
There
right.
we are.
Now this feels right.
There we go. That's right.
Yeah, this feels right.
No.
Nah, I wouldn't either. That's okay. But I'm glad that TC liked an old movie. That's something.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, I was leaving work and I'm like, because everyone knows how nuts I am. And I was like, this is the first one I fucking liked. I got to say, I liked it. And they're just like, all right, dude, just go home. Just get out.
I don't care. Please
I like the movie. I like the movie. Good.
Away
All right, TC.
already. Yeah,
Good boy, TC.
Away.
Now, come on.
Go away.
So next week, you guys, we're traveling back in time 10 years from 1960 to 1950.
Oh, not good. Not good. This is not good.
This is the second to last Akira Kurosawa movie we're going to be watching.
Oh, okay.
It is called Rashomon.
Oh boy.
TC, it's only 1 hour 28 minutes. That's not bad.
Okay, that's good.
The synopsis is
how much? How long?
1 hour 28 minutes.
Oh fuck, not bad. I can maybe do that.
Yeah, I think you might. The rape of a bride and the murder of her samurai husband are recalled from the perspectives of a bandit, the bride, the samurai's ghost, and a woodcutter. Whoa. That sounds pretty cool.
This
Samurai's
sounds
Ghost,
gnarly.
dude. They should have called this Samurai's Ghost, and it would have sold me immediately.
I don't know. It's one of those same stories from multiple angles. It's a Groundhog Day thing.
It's true. That's your pet peeve there, isn't it?
It's one of my pet peeves. It's not exactly Groundhog Day, but there's going to be a lot of repeating of the same scenes.
But they're going to be different.
We'll
it could be cool.
We'll see.
We will see. At least it's short, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for listening, everyone. Next week, I guess this is the 100th episode. I don't know how that works. This is the last triple-digit number one we're going to be watching. But thank you for listening. Our website is mission250filmcast.com. We are on all the podcast apps and Facebook and Twitter. And thank you for listening. And thank you guys for watching another one.
Yep.
Yeah. Next week.
Next week.
Bye.
See you guys.